Good morning. I am Jover the Second Apaya and I'm going to read our topic in Capstone titled Capstone Project as a Thesis and a Research Work. So, based from CHED Memorandum Order Number 25 Series of 2015, the thesis or capstone project are required for candidates for graduation in all computing programs because the thesis capstone project are terminal project requirements that would not only demonstrate a student's comprehensive knowledge of their area study and research method used, but also allow them to apply the concept and method to a specific problem in their area of specialization. So, what is thesis? Thesis is a report of a scholar upon some piece of research which he has completed. In the area of computing, it is defined as technical report and a systematic investigation of a problem that can be solved using computing. It may include a solution, an approximate or partial solution in a specific investigation or the development of results leading to solution of the problem. And two is what is a capstone project. An undertaking appropriate to a professional field, it should significantly address an existing problem or need, and its capstone project focuses on the infrastructure application or processes involved in implementing computing solution to a problem. Responsibilities of a capstone project student. Upon enrollment in the thesis capstone project, the research has the sole responsibilities in conceptualizing, undertaking, monitoring, and writing the thesis report. It is therefore necessary for a researcher to learn necessary skill and competency in the conduct of research. Although there will be a assigned advisor who will guide the student research in the conduct of the study, it is not advisor's responsibility to fit everything to the researchers because that defeats the purpose of the teaching a researcher to independent and to be competent. Besides, it will be the researcher who will present the result of the study in the final oral defense and not the advisor. CCSIP Intellectual Property Policy. The college adopts the University Research Development Intellectual Property Policy and the guidelines, treasuring the substantial creativity, innovativeness, and intellectual contribution of the faculty, research, and support staff, as well as a student in the creation of intellectual property. The university adopts the policy guidelines of Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. A project duration. The thesis capstone project will be completed within the semesters, and the capstone project 2, in case that the student will not able to comply the requirements within the prescribed semester, she will be given another 2 semesters as the extensions to complete the capstone project. Failure to complete within the 4 semesters during the duration, the student will be required to enroll capstone project 1 and a capstone project 2, considering that the average lifespan of software is 3 years. In case the student will pass thesis capstone project 1 but will fail to complete capstone project 2 within the 2 semesters, the students will be required to re-enroll thesis capstones project 1 and thesis capstone project 2. Project group composition. The capstone project group will be composed of most 3 members, depending on the complexity of the project. Students will be allowed to choose their group members, but still the subject teacher has final decision to approve the said group, depending on the capability of members of the group. The project advisor. The Dean Program Chair is given the authority to select the student's advisor and panel members based from the faculty members' competency and expertise on the capstone project topic. The selection of advisor for the capstone project will be limited to those faculty member from the ICT. The appointment of advisor from another department of colleges, institutions, universities will be allowed on a case basis. Contract of service (COS) faculty members may handle capstone project advisorship provided that there be a permanent faculty member who will be a co-advisor to ensure that there will be somebody who will assume the advisorship once the contract of the former is terminated. The maximum member of a capstone project advisory is 5 per faculty member. The panel composition. The Dean Program Chair will assign qualified and competent faculty members who will be constitute the defense panel. The defense panel shall be composed the following: chairman, preferably the dean program or faculty with at least master degree. This is chairman, preferably the dean program chair or faculty with at least master's degree. The second is the members. One may be content expert. Duties and responsibilities of the panel chairman. Brief the proponents, researchers about the proposal hearing, oral defense programming during the actual proposal hearing versus oral defense, respectively. Issue the verdict. The verdict is an anonymous decision among the three members of the thesis capstone project proposal, hearing or oral defense panels. One is issued, it is final and irrevocable. The verdict is anonymous decision among the three members of the thesis capstone project proposal hearing or oral defense panel. One is issued, it is final and irrevocable. Nominate a thesis capstone project for the Outstanding Research Capstone Project Award. Duties and responsibilities of the panel member, context expert. Validate the endorsement of the advisor. The panel serve as international auditors, putting some form of check and control on the kinds of thesis capstone project being approved by the college. Evaluate the deliverables, recommend a verdict, listen and consider the request of the advisor and or the proponents, the researchers. Nominate a thesis capstone project for the Outstanding Research Capstone Project Award. Duties and responsibilities of the project thesis capstone project subject teacher. The subject teacher is by the default of the advisor of all groups assigned to him or her. Announce research capstone project areas at the start of each semester to the students. Conduct general meetings with the student to discuss the capstone project guidelines, policies, and deliverables, and to allow the students to raise clarity issues. Select proposal hearing and oral defense panel for each team. Schedule research capstone project activities such as deadlines of deliverables and the proposal hearing and oral defense sessions. Duties and responsibilities of the advisors. Ensure the study proposed by the students conforms to the standards of the college and has immediate or potential impact on the research trust on the university. Guide the research capstone project students in the following tasks while the proposal stage: defining the research problems, objective in clear specific terms, and building a working bibliography for the research. Identifying variables and formulating hypotheses, if any, determining research design, population to be studied, research environment, instrument to be used, and the data connection procedures. Meet the team regularly, at least twice a month. Note, the team must seek proper appointment to answer questions and help to resolve impasses and conflicts. Advisor must remind the proponents research to do their work properly. Reviews truly all the deliverables at every stage of the research capstone project to ensure that they meet the department standard. The advisor may also require her proponent's research to submit progress reports regularly. Recommends the proponent's researchers for proposal hearing and oral defense. The advisor should not sign the proposal hearing notice and oral defense notice if she believes that the proponent's researchers are not yet ready for proposal hearing and oral defense, respectively. Thus, if the proponent researchers fail in the proposal hearing or oral defense, it is partially the advisor's fault. Clarifies point during the proposal hearing and oral defense. Ensure that all requirements revisions are incorporated into the appropriate documents and or software. Keep informed on the schedule of research capstone project activities, required deliverables, and deadlines. Recommends the proposal hearing and oral defense panel the nomination of her research capstone project for an award. As a special advisor, he or she is responsible to be a provider, an encourager, a dictator, a pushy boss, and a connector, and lastly, an employment agency. Thesis capstone project presentation. As recommended by the Philippine Society of IT Education, Research Committee public presentation is required. It should be a school-based presentation open for public viewing. Thesis capstone project turnover. Project turnover is limited to the software developed, not including the equipment used during implementation, as stated in the in the event that the student is willing to donate the equipment. It must be stated in the MO. This is Capstone project grading system. The final grade of each component will comprise of the following. Average grade of the pollen number is 30%, subject teacher is 30%, advisor of the Capstone project group is 30%, peer grading is 10%, and the total of 100%. Verdicts. There will be 4 possible verdicts of the proposal defense. The verdict is anonymous decision among the 3 members of the panel committee. Once issued is final and irrevocable. Approved minor allegations are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of and checked by all panelists. Approved with revisions. Major revisions shall be incorporated in the final copy. On the revised project proposal summary, there must be checked by the panelists 70 to 85. Disapproved. The performance researcher failed by proposed, unreachable, or scholarly capstone project below 70. Verdicts final defense. Accepted with revision. Revision are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of a check by all panelists. Oral defense. Another oral defense session in which all 70 to 85 not accepted. The proponents researchers failed to propose a researchable or scholarly capstone project below 70. The system and manuscript defense. Capstone project output group grade 70%. Using system prototype is equal to 70%. Oral examination individual grade is 30% in the total of 100. Capstone project output. The output should be consistent with the objectives as defined during the proposal stage is equals to 25%. All major module and feature of the system outputs as defined after the proposal stage are delivered. The credit shall be based in the percentage of delivered items is equals to 25%. Group debugging. The group shall be displayed competence in resolving planted bugs is equal to 30%. That's all. Thank you for listening.